Now, whatever you might think of the former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, he's a former Rhodes Scholar, splendidly educated and a former Prime Minister. Only 2 weeks ago, he was prevented from speaking at the Sydney University Law Society event, boycotted by members of the Student Representative Council, who called him ruling class scum and wouldn't listen to anyone below him. Malcolm Turnbull rightly called it a, quote, dreadful state of affairs and, quote, a very sad day for his alma mater, and argued that free speech no longer existed on campus if it was in the hands of protesters and loudspeakers. Said Mr Turnbull, quote, it is just complete fascism. Well, my concern here is that a highly intelligent man like Malcolm Turnbull rose to the position of Prime Minister and did nothing about the indoctrination of kids in the classroom or at university, which has led to the kind of attitudes that he confronted. Mr Turnbull made the excellent point. It was for the university, he said, to explain whether it would be run by protesters, and he repeated his point. There is no free speech at Sydney University unless the people with the loud hailers allow it to happen, unquote. And then added, I don't know why they are paying the Senate and officials of the university if they're not in charge of their own campus, unquote. Well, the head of the law school has today, quote, reiterated our commitment to safe and respectable debate and discussion, unquote. And that, quote, the disruption of the student-organised Sydney University Law Society event is inconsistent with the values which Mr Turnbull's alma mater stands for, unquote. This is rhetoric crap, rhetoric bilge. Words, but no action. And words without action are meaningless. But may I respectfully ask former Prime Minister Turnbull, what are we paying our politicians for if they don't understand the damage that's being done by indoctrination in our classrooms and universities? I might add in relation to Mr Turnbull that it was the President of the Student Representative Council who showered abuse on the former Prime Minister, and that student leader happens to be the daughter of the New South Wales Director of Public Prosecutions. One wonders what sort of discussions are taking place in that home. To prove my point, if proof were needed, we are all aware, well, I was going to say that, I should rephrase that, because in the modern education system, I wonder what young people are taught. Do they know about UNESCO, an acronym for the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organisation, but it's an arm of the UN, which is funded to the tune of approximately $12 billion. Donald Trump rightly froze all funding from the UN in 2017. But now we have a Paris-based UN education agency, UNESCO, which has released a major report, no publicity about this, which escalates the UN's war on ideas and information and virtually describes disagreement as a conspiracy theory that causes, quote, significant harm, disagreement, and, quote, fosters and reinforces harmful thinking patterns and reduces trust in public institutions. And, of course, amongst the conspiracy theories are those which argue against climate change alarmism. And in this report, teachers are encouraged to report to authorities any such student who opens his or her mouth on such matters. What did the Marxist Manifesto say about reordering Western values? That schools should become transmission belts for socialist propaganda. They already are. The irony is Malcolm Turnbull had the power to do something about this, yet still in the halls of power, those who should be doing something are still doing nothing.